Get Heavy Podcast, hosted by Craig Casamas and John Scheimer.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean,
well, hey, man, thanks for coming on the podcast, buddy. I'm
hey,
stoked
dude.
You're here. You know what I mean?
Thanks for having me. Hold on. I got to get in a costume real quick.
Oh, okay, getting costume.
Got my quarantine goggles on, dude. Still on. We're not out yet.
That's right. Are you holding tight to the quarantine?
Got to sink or swim, dude. Yeah. Well, I've been an essential worker this whole time. So it's like having to be real about it, but kind of ignoring a bunch of shit at the same time.
That's life,
like
man.
my work gave me all the PPE. I was like double gloves, double mask. Like was worried shit was gonna get my ears. I work for a weed company.
Oh, really? Nice.
Don't tell anyone I'm a poser, dude. I have never been a weed dude.
You're the worst pothead ever. Actually.
I am, dude. I get into schizophrenic mode. I stare at my feet, and people visibly see that something's wrong with me when I get high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, in all the years we've known each other, I can maybe count fucking 10 times ever you smoked pot.
Yeah.
And we smoked a lot of pot. Man.
Dude, pot was around. I mean, there's that whole you had a case with all the bongs on it.
Yeah.
That Josh and Panic could count on coming to the house on Peacock and like scraping the resin and getting high like every day.
Yeah. I used to let Panic. Yeah, Panic would scrape my bowls all day long for resin.
The bong cleaners. Damn.
Dude, that guy's come a long way. He's like a father of 3 now. Fucking
holy shit,
big wig
dude.
in video games. It's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, I mean, this has been his career for like 10 years and plus.
Yeah, plus even. I think
dream job for that dude. He actually plays video games to decompress from playing video games all day.
I know, he's insane.
That's how it is for the dude.
Yeah, man, those Montalvo days were wild, dude. I mean,
there were a lot of us.
So for those of you on the podcast that don't know, me and Maddie were in a band together called Ox vs. Thunderbird right here. Maddie's an incredible drummer. We met him. Okay. So I'll give you the origin story, I guess. Ox vs. Thunderbird was already a band, and I came in as a third guitar player, and it was a bunch of guys in the Valley, Maddie being one of them, a guy named Chris Woodhead, Julie
McKinley on bass,
Julie McKinley on bass. And then there was another guy named Chris as well playing guitar. And then I came in to jam because Woodhead wanted 3 guitars because we're in the middle of Doom and this is what's happening, right? So immediately meeting Maddie, we clicked. It was all good. I loved Chris. I've known Chris for many years. I've known Julie for many years. And then the other guy I didn't know very well at all. Anyway, lots of things happened. Chris ends up leaving the band. And now it's me and Maddie and Julie, essentially. And we carried on Ox with some new members and went from there. But you were living in the Valley when I met you.
You came and practiced out in the Valley, yeah.
Right, yes. And then eventually you're moving to Ventura, dude. And then all hell breaks loose.
Dude.
Right? So we get an apartment with, 9 people? 5-bedroom apartment with 9 people living in it?
So this is my origin story with moving to Ventura. And chime in, just fucking cut me off because I've been telling this story for 15 years.
All right, let's hear it.
All right. So I've been living at my parents' house all the way up to this point, 20 years old.
Who are the nicest humans on earth, by the way?
Bill, Diana, Kelly. Yeah. Living in Ventura now, the dream life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you, Matt Barks, Tony Lopez, and Doc, the 5 of us, we were talking about moving to Seattle. Do you remember that?
Yes.
It was like a blip.
Wait, hold on real quick. What's up, bro?
Do what you're doing.
My kid's knocking at my door. Hold on.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy? Yeah, go ahead. That's all right. I love you.
What's up, King?
Hi, Maddie.
Hey, King.
Sorry. King wants to say hi.
Hey, bud. How you doing?
Here, you want to hear him? There you go.
Hi.
Hey, when are you taking over the podcast? Your dad's about to retire. It's all yours.
Tomorrow.
All right, my man.
All right, stay out. Stay out. I love you. Don't knock again or I'll kill you. Bye. All right. Anyway, continue on. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I think that was right after we did our White Magic Tour 2004.
Right.
First West Coast tour.
Yeah,
Tony Lopez
we were headed out, right? We were fucking moving to Seattle, dude.
Yeah, we played some sick shows with Lesbian up there.
Yep.
Sean, that 2-piece band that was super hectic.
Yeah, that's right.
They had that Neurosis song, Didgeridoo.
Yeah. Keyboard. It was literally keyboards and fucking bass or guitar?
Drums.
Keyboards
like,
and drums.
Yeah,
He
that
played,
old dude.
Sean played through. He played like a keyboard, but through a distorted full stack. It was fucking wild, dude. Remember that shit?
Dude, the wildest shit. I'm like, I want to move to Seattle. Let's do it. We're all 5 of us were like, Doc is all like, oh, dude, I'm moving into like Steve O'Malley's old basement room. Like, I got to figure it out and shit. And so I'm ready to go. I break up with my girlfriend. And then, dude, you, Matt, and Tony, we're still dating people. And you're like, nah, we're not splitting. But we're getting a house.
Yeah.
You know, you, Matt, me, Jessica Seeley. So I was like, fuck. I was counting on moving. Let's fucking move.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because me and Rosie had started dating like, 6 months before that, and then it was going pretty well. You know what I mean? And
totally.
Here we are now, but
yeah.
I remember Tony was actually the only one that actually moved.
Yeah.
Right? Tony Lopez bailed up, went up to Seattle.
Portland.
Well,
was it Seattle?
He did Seattle first.
Shoot.
Yeah,
oh shoot.
So he went up to Seattle first, and then he was fucking pissed at us, dude. Because he had 5 people he's been with, all of a sudden it was just him.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out Tony Lopez, dude.
Definitely, always forever Kilo.
So we all land in Montalvo, right? And this is the beginning of the Monta days, essentially, which is very comparable to the salad days, to the fucking Black Flag House.
Dude,
there was some debauchery going on.
Hummingbird, that was 3 doors over.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it'd be 11 people living there at any one time or whatever.
Yeah, so that's the house I moved into first, and at one point there was 9 people in a 5-bedroom apartment. And I thought, I got to get the fuck out of here. So we literally moved 3 apartments over on another street. And then
around the corner,
there was, 7 apartments of our friends living there?
There was the Glory Hole. Mm-hmm. There was, Jesse and Erica. And right across from them, it was insane. We were like spray painting sidewalks and just being shitty Taco Tuesdays.
Oh, yeah. Shitty Taco Tuesdays, yeah.
Yeah.
Good times, man. Little ghetto behind 7-Eleven in Ventura here.
Does this work? We got Josh and Jesse playing foosball Taco Tuesday, you and Andy.
Nice.
You got that sick Heresy shirt?
Yeah, dude. Look at that.
Dude, if you want to get rid of any of your old t-shirts, man.
Yeah, I bet I got a bunch. They're a little big for you, though.
I'll wear them over my sweat, my hoodie.
You've always been a huge fan of massive t-shirts.
Dude. I remember we played the Mountain Bar once, and you came up to me, you're like, dude, this guy came up and he's like, what's up with the little jock in your band walking around with a gallon of water and a big old t-shirt like it's a jersey or some shit? I'm like, oh my god, dude, is that what I look like? I guess I don't look in a mirror before a show.
None of us were hitting the fashion shit on the nose back then, you know what I mean?
Oh, dude, but we were definitely on that doom train. We were definitely like the wall of amps.
Yeah, man, it's good. It's good times, brother. I look back on those times, and it's just so much fun getting to cut our teeth on the road together, playing shows, playing in LA, the Mountain Bar. You know what I mean?
Man, and just
Ventura, killer every time.
So many touring bands. David Harthcock setting it up over at all the different formations of Skate Street and like the Loft and. Dude, he'd throw us on every damn show, no matter who it was. Yeah.
That was great, man.
So cool.
Especially because I've always been the odd man out in Ventura bands. I've never done a band that was a nardcore band or a fucking.
But you were always in a band.
Yeah, I'm always in a band, but my bands always sounded different. You know what I mean? Just like much like Glass and Ashes, or that's why I was attracted to those guys because they didn't sound like any of the typical nardcore scene shit that you'd see or.
Yeah.
Or especially the hardcore shit that was going on, your Retaliates, your fucking Throwdowns, all that stuff was going on.
Yeah.
In Control.
Hit the Deck.
All good bands. Hit the Deck.
Yeah. Dude, I think that I like them more now than I did when I'd see them. I was like, oh, fuck. Like.
Yeah, I played bass for Hit the Deck for 2 shows. Do you remember that?
I remember that.
I think it's actually my record.
I wasn't either of those.
I think I learned 19 songs in one practice.
Oh shit!
Literally, I was just all, give me the next one, man. Give me the next one. Give me the next one. I just tried it. I was 19 songs or something like that, plus a couple Minor Threat covers. That's my record of songs I've ever learned in one setting.
Did you get one of those Minor Threat shirts they all made? The cigarette with the denim jacket and the locust pin, just like
No.
the Minor Threat Bottle
I
Violence
wish,
image.
yeah.
I love that shit. It's
They
so
actually
good.
paid me, which was weird.
What?
Yeah, they gave me some. I mean, it was like $50, but
Have you been a hired gun since?
never.
Yeah.
Not once. Hit the Deck was my only official music paid gig.
Fuck.
Yeah, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, man, it's
Dude.
good times back then.
What was the band that played? You had a really cool video of you guys playing the Ventura Theater. You guys were so spread out, and you had like, it's crazy seeing you with like sort of longish hair, but like no beard, and you had that red Iron Maiden bass.
Oh, that might have been Anthesis back in the day.
Anthesis?
Yeah.
Who would have that been opening for? Who would have headlined? Was it like Uphill Battle or something?
No, it was at the theater. Oh, you mean it was that was a Laser Star show, I think.
Dude, the video, like the sound quality is so good. Am I wearing
a cowboy hat?
No, but that's sick. I don't think I wish I'd seen that.
Oh, I have a good one, dude. It's really good. That was so cool, dude. I was wearing literally a cowboy hat.
Did you borrow someone's, or you had one?
I had it. I was doing the thing for a long time, dude. I was a crusty kid with a cowboy hat who loved Jesus.
That's so many things, dude.
There's so many things, dude.
Own all your contradictions, man.
It's awesome. Anyway, but that was probably Anthesis or something way back in the day.
Yeah.
Could have been Drones or I don't know. I forget, man. I forget all the things, you know.
Yeah.
I wish I had more demos. I don't have any demos of my old shit.
Dude, I have the Drones demo. Right? Yeah. Wow. The one with the two. Is it your chest tattoo?
No.
No.
It's something like that though.
Yeah. R.I.P. Chris LeBaron, man.
I know, man. But
yeah.
That one hurt, man. That one hurt.
Dude. Yeah. There's the reverberations for sure. It's a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad. Super sad.
Yeah. Yeah. We gotta take care of ourselves. Take care of each other.
Yeah, man. I mean, reach out. You know, I had a lot of guilt with that too, because I had been reached out to multiple times and tried to do the thing, and Matt Barks was trying to do the thing, and it just fucking didn't work, man. It was a heartbreaker.
Of course, old friends.
I mean, and also it's like really the first real friend I've lost. You know what I mean? I don't know if
you
ever had any, lost any.
Well, I didn't know Buck or nothing. I
wasn't really friends with Buck. I mean, I liked him, but it hurt Ventura. But I personally, I'd had maybe 20 interactions with him over the years. You know,
Ventura's been very fortunate for sure with. People.
I know, isn't it weird? Like how, I mean, a lot of back in the day, people fucking partied, right? But like, no one was strung out on heroin or speed or crank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there was some powder flying around. You know what I mean? But like, isn't it crazy how it just doesn't hit Ventura like that? I mean, and obviously there's pockets, but like not our friends. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's really weird.
And I remember with some friends, like some troubles would come up and stuff, and it seemed like, I don't know if things were I think people were being talked to or something. Yeah. And I think people were like getting straightened out a little bit, like spanked and stuff.
I mean, and that's what good friends do, right? I mean,
dude. I mean, fuck. I guess I'm a shitty friend because I stood by a whole bunch. Man, living in LA, like, growing up, I like knew that like in high school people had problems and shit. Yeah. And I mean, that's like not too young. I guess a lot of people are developing all kinds of lifelong habits in high school.
Right.
And like, what the fuck? They're just not thinking about it.
Yeah, but in high school, man, you're not at a place where you're, you can't, you're so insecure in your own right. Like, I had the righteous indignance, you know what I mean, when I was in high school. So I didn't fuck around with anything until I was older.
Well, I started drinking in high school, and I think it was yeah.
So it's like you don't have the wherewithal, but Ventura has such a wild community in the fact that, if people are getting out of line, they kind of get checked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if they don't check themselves or get checked and listen, then they kind of fall out of the scene, dude.
Yeah.
Because no one has time for that shit. I mean, it's so weird that Ventura is so focused on like productivity and music and fucking community. Sure. Like, and there's people that could probably say opposite, you know what I mean? But in our group of friends, there's 150 motherfuckers that, you know what I mean, I would die for. You know what I mean?
Dude.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that anywhere else.
Man, the way I would look forward to going to a party in Ventura, whether it's Evergreen or Visigoth or, of course, Hastings.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, and
just
how many
get
times was
so
there ever
amped.
a problem?
Right.
Never. I mean, you were
No.
the problem. You were the problem most of the time. But it wasn't malicious
I got
checked.
I got checked. And
Yeah,
fucking Brooke Dalton, dude.
Yeah.
Much love the way you checked me, dude. My sober mind to do it too. Fucking falling asleep on his couch with beers.
Yeah.
And he had me good in check for about 10 years, but now that I lived here, I keep falling asleep every weekend with a fucking beer in my lap. Josh Hayes is all like, God damn it, dude.
Do you remember when you and Josh almost lit the apartment on fire and Rosie beat you guys with a fuck? Was that you guys or you and Chris? Who was it?
Dude, no, that was me. Actually, Chris and Josh walked by.
Chris and Josh saved us. That's right.
Dude, smoke was coming out of the front door. You were in Alaska on a trip with your dad.
Yeah, I was on a cruise. Just being a fucking full-blooded American. You know what I mean?
Wearing a suit to dinner with your pop, going to Alaska and shit. Well, you're like, Scout's not even one.
No, dude.
She hasn't even had a birthday yet.
Oh,
and I decided to bake something in the middle of the fucking night after Billy's by myself. And Chris and Josh were coming back. It wasn't even midnight. I think it was still early. And smoke was coming out of the fucking front of the house.
So what happened? It was a thing of rice, or what the fuck was it?
It was something in the oven. I think it was a bunch of like the whole bag of tater tots. Dude. Like caught fire. They turned it off. I was asleep in the kitchen on the floor. They didn't wake me up. They just turned it off, and they told me about it the next day.
Didn't Rosie wake you up by hitting you with shit?
Oh shit. Yeah.
I mean, I know Rosie came down and fucking. I don't even know if I could get a call. Somehow I got told that you had almost burned our apartment down with our baby in it. You know, being wasted, and she was beating you with a fucking. She was beating you with a broom or a mop, trying to get you to wake up. And then Chris and Panic, or Josh and Panic, were walking by the place and saw smoke billowing out.
Turned off the oven.
You know what I mean?
Fuck, dude. Fuck, poor Rosie, man.
Oh, she's a trooper, bro.
Dude, she is. She's the mega champ. She is. Totally.
The amount of wild shit she's dealt with from me alone, let alone you.
Yeah.
And fucking Panic and Josh and everyone else in that neighborhood, dude, is
incredible. Y'all never lived with anyone else after me, right?
Nope.
That was kind of it. That was it, huh? Okay, cool.
That was it. Once we moved out, I was like, never again, dude. Never again.
Dude.
Never again am I gonna watch someone try to drink beer out of the carpet.
Fuck, man. When you're fucking broke, dude, I was getting by on $20 a week. Most of it was on beer more than food.
You were
That's
fucking a savage, dude. I've never seen anyone that lived off $20 a week before.
Dude,
really
it was
dude.
iceberg lettuce, grilled cheese, and ramen. It was, I didn't really know how to cook then. Yeah, dude, but I'll tell you a story about fucking Brandon Pierce telling me that I got paid back in spades.
Okay.
Dude, so Child was playing the tavern. It was a daytime show Brandon put on. It was for his friend's birthday, and it was all you can drink beer for everyone there. And it wasn't like a bunch of the friends. It was his friends, I think, from like Moore Park, Thousand Oaks area and stuff. Okay. It was like a post-wedding or a pre-wedding sort of party. And the dudes in Child were like, just pounding IPAs, and I didn't think that was a thing, but that shit hits like hard alcohol evidently, because I was borrowing my brother's van. They like set the center console, they burned a hole through it with like the lighter. They kept the lights on, so the battery died. I loaded all the gear by myself. They were like fucking eyeballs rolling just from IPA. I didn't know that.
That sounds like more than IPA.
To a man. I know, yeah.
That sounds like a little bit more than that.
You said it, not me. And then, so Brandon gives me a jump, and I'm telling him, like, fuck these dudes. Like, what the fuck? And he's like, for all that shit you did in Ox, man, this is just too bad Craig's not here.
To say I told you so?
Dude, and Rachel was just like nodding like she's heard all the shit that happened.
Yeah.
But we go back with that dude too. Crossbows and catapults. And yeah.
It's nice to see he's doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Dude, he's helped out all my bands.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
and
I've said this many times, but I mean, you've made me laugh harder than any human I've ever met. And you've also made me madder than any human I've ever met. You know what I mean? At the same time. And, you know, my mind goes back to the fucking Ox Wrath tour. You know what I mean? The Denver incident. You know what I mean? Remember that?
we played bar.
Yeah, we played.
Okay, so we got paid in pitchers.
Mm-hmm.
You take it from here.
All right, so we play bar. It's in Denver. It's already the Mile High City, so beers go a long way.
I've never been there before.
And not only that, I'm doing double duty. I'm playing in my band, The Wrath, and I'm also doing the Ox versus Thunderbird too. So I'm playing twice a night. It's kind of killing me.
I hide my embarrassment.
There you go. It's kind of killing me, you know what I mean? But we get to Denver. We got homies there. The show goes fucking off. The bartender, the owner, is stage diving off of his own bar into the crowd. I mean, it is going well. Right? And now this motherfucker is handing us literal, actual pictures of beer.
Each
pitch, you know what I mean? Each. And get hammered. I mean, fucking 3 sheets. Thank God Nick doesn't drink.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now we got to drive.
Definitely.
But him getting us in the van is a fucking nightmare, right? And we have to drive. I think we're going to Omaha the next day, right? Which got weirder, right? If you remember Omaha.
Yeah, we're gonna play with High on Fire.
Yeah. And so we get in the van, dude, and finally everyone's getting settled. And I'm at the time in the van, there's a bunk, right? A loft, and there's a seat here. And I'm sleeping on the seat, and Maddie's on the loft, and there's equipment.
7 dudes.
7 guys in a fucking 15 passenger, not really built for it. 2 guys are sleeping on the floor. Another guy on a bench. I mean, it's nuts to butts around here. You know what I mean? So about 3 a.m, I'm waking up and I'm feeling like some warm liquid just like running on me, dude. Like running, and I can't tell what's happening. I think they're fucking with me or pouring something on me or whatever. And I look up just to see Maddie's dick out, and he's pissing on me. He's literally pissing on me.
The middle of my sleep.
He's dead asleep, but his dick is out, and he's peeing on me, on my sleeping bag, all over my clothes, right? So
Straight direct contact.
So I hop up in an immediate Hulk rage, and I'm punching you, and I'm hitting you. And at one point, I remember thinking, I'm going to open the back door, and I'm going to shove him out of it.
The fucking highway.
Yeah, I'm like shoving you towards the door. And then the only thing that really saved it was the fact that you woke up in the middle of me beating you and had literally no idea why.
Dude, I wake up and there's a little red dot, and Schreimer's filming with a camcorder. And all I can think is, stop the van. I need to pee.
Oh, no,
I get out.
You're good, dude. You're good.
I get out in the cornfield and I'm peeing, looking at this beautiful sky. I'm like, America, what a land of freedom and beauty, and what just happened? Matt Barks tells me the next day.
Oh yeah,
like, dude.
So here's the funny part is that, you know, I'm fucking pissed, right? I'm already like 2 weeks into a tour. I'm broke down. My voice is broke down, and we're dying. You know what I mean? Like, we're not losing money, but we're not making a lot.
We're halfway. We got
we're halfway
3 more
into
weeks.
This fucking 5-week tour, whatever. And I get up the next day, and Maddie goes, "Hey, what's up, Craig?" No idea. Matt has no fucking idea what happened, and everyone had to be like, "He's so mad at you, dude. He's so fucking mad at you." And then, of course, like a man, you made it up to me. I think you did my laundry. You know what I mean?
Dude,
you bought me breakfast. That was a big one up. You know what I mean?
Dude, I didn't drink for like 3 days. Will you tell me? You're talking to me, and you're like pointing, you're like poking me in the fucking chest plate, and you're like, dude, I will only forgive you if something crazier happens. Yeah. And you catch that shit on film. Yeah. And I was like, oh fuck. No. Dude, I hope I don't see anything crazier.
Oh, and then we did. We saw all kinds of shit.
Well, so dude, we're at Omaha. So we played like Lincoln in Omaha, like 3 days had passed. And after a show, I think it was a High on Fire show, that one, or maybe the next night or something. There's that really cool house. It was like 3 houses all combined.
Yes.
And there was a fucking party going on. And dude, like John C. and Scheimer were like consoling me on the. I'm like, dude, I can't fucking drink at this party, and like Craig's fucking pissed. Like he'll never fucking forgive me. Maybe I did your laundry. Maybe I bought you breakfast burritos. But like, I'm like, dude, I'm like looking for something crazy to happen, and they're like, you know, that's just the way it fucking.
That's the way the cookie crumbles, dude.
And these two dudes come up to the house and they're like, we just came back from band practice. Want to see me piss in my friend's mouth? Do you remember that?
Yeah, no, I know. We've talked about it a billion times.
Yeah. And so the dude stands on the porch with his friend underneath him and just fucking
pisses right in his mouth, dude.
Dude, he's throwing up the full jackass thing. And I'm like, what's the fucking point of this? Yeah. And then I was like, wait, oh fuck, wait, will you guys do it again? And like, can I take a picture? And so I used Matt Barks. I have the photo on Photo Bucket. And I was trying to retrieve that shit.
Oh man, yeah.
Dude, you have to pay to like retrieve the photos. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Because I'm gonna say this is going on this is Patreon fucking subscription imagery over here. Yeah. And I got it, dude, full fucking golden arc in his mouth, like cresting out. Oh, dude. He throws up after. I fucking run, you're in the backyard, and I run back with the fucking photo. You know, it's like the digital photo where it has the
little screen.
Yeah. I take the beer out of your fucking hand. I'm like, I'm back, motherfucker.
Yeah, that was your excuse to get back in the game.
Dude. And Shiner and I fell asleep in a hammock in the backyard. He's cradling me, like telling me, like, dude, I got your back, man, no matter what. Not with you, but just like in life.
Oh, like, dude. No, so remember that house is so crazy. It was the same thing. It was like 16 people living in a fucking 7-bedroom house, but it was also 3 houses connected together.
Yeah.
And it was so many people, and I've told this on the podcast before, but there was so many fucking people living there, right? And we're in the backyard smoking pot, being quiet, and the guy keeps coming out to tell us that the landlord lives across the street. And I'm like, how are we the problem? Like, how, seriously, dude, like, there are 2 squatters that sleep in a tent in your living room.
Exactly.
And we're the fucking problem here? Like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, this is insane. And then, I don't know if you remember the next day, but the guy comes out of the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I made you guys eggs and waffles or pancakes. I'm like, cool, dude, fucking rad. And he's like, we don't got no plates or bowls or cups or silverware or anything in this house. And so he serves us fucking pancakes and scrambled eggs on ripped up beer cartons. You're like, we gotta get the fuck out of Omaha, bro. Like, this is insane.
Like, this is just my style.
It was insane.
Oh,
I mean,
shit.
You're
That's
lucky
funny,
you
dude.
just
I forgot
retire
that.
There, you know?
Fuck, dude. Probably shoulda, coulda. Definitely coulda.
You'd be a different human right now.
Oh man.
So
blessed.
So you messed around down here in Ventura, and I remember you. You know, where'd you go after Ventura? You went to obviously Ox broke up for many reasons, mainly because of having kids. Fucking you're starting to do other shit. Matt's having kids, the whole deal. And you end up in Oakland, man. So what have you been doing up there?
Oh, dude. Well, Ventura to New York. 3 years in New York. 3 years in LA.
Right. Yeah.
3 years in New Orleans, and I've been here for a year.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was fucking crazy living in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Let's hear about that. I know you were living with Deke or playing with Deepak.
Yeah, I was playing with Deke for I made just shy of 3 years living there, and I played with him in LA before that. Dude, some of the best shows ever. Just the things people throw at that guy. It's like he doesn't look for shit.
No, I know.
He's just it's crazy. Our first show was in New York.
He's the quintessential vegan, freegan. You know
Dude,
I mean? That guy. You're like, wow, look at you. You know, I love him to death, but I've never seen someone just walk into shit like so easily in my entire life. You know what I mean? So
man, so I pretty much move everywhere based on an invitation. I've never self-directed. I'm never like, oh, I always wanted to live there, or that was a cool enough scene. I wanted to move to Richmond at one point, I think, from that same tour we were on. Yeah. I'm like, holy shit, the music, the fucking Best Friends Fest or something. But so I was dating a woman in LA that like moved to New Orleans for grad school, and she was like, dude, move out here. I like visited 3 times in a year, and I'm like, this is getting expensive. I'm just gonna move. I had a band Child, and that was like kind of crumbling. One of the dudes, his like other band, had a really good opportunity to tour with Acid Mother's Temple, and I couldn't blame him for that. But like Owl had invited us out. You remember Owl from up here?
Yeah,
They had invited us on a tour, and I'm like, fuck yeah, like. And when we said no, I'm like, dude, I'm fucking split, and I'm gonna move to New Orleans.
Yeah.
And yeah, New Orleans is amazing, but people are fucking gnarly. I'd had 6 years of cooking experience with barbecue. And so I was like, everybody works in like the service industry, so it was pretty easy to find a job right away. And the whole culture of working in kitchens is like drugs, alcohol, craziest hours. And my girlfriend was like a nurse, so she was like going to work at 5 a.m, and I was just coming home. So like it did not work out, and it was a pretty nasty breakup. And she and I are like best friends still, but Deke saved my ass. He was like, dude, it was a split level house. Each side was the shotgun styles. You ever stay in any houses in New Orleans? Yeah. It's one of those classic, like super narrow and long shotguns. It's $450 a month.
Wow.
Yeah, in mid city, which is like a pretty rad part of town. When I was living in the lower ninth, which was super fun but gnarly. And he is like, we were already playing music. I moved right next to him, and then we got jobs at the same po' boy shop. So we're like working together, living next to each other, and playing music together. It's like 23 hours a day with this dude. Yeah. And
I did a whole 6-week tour with him, and that was good.
Oh, that was with
the Jackass. I was like, all right, I got my phone. I mean, I love the guy, you know what I mean? But it's like,
yeah.
Anyway. That ended the most VH1 classic. Where could it be? Where are they now? It could possibly have ended. You know what I mean? I've been on some tours that imploded. You know what I mean? But that was a good one, dude. But
wait, was Toby in that?
Yeah, it was my uncle Toby and Victor Fuentes and this guy Ben and Deke filled in. Incredible guitar player. Actually, me and Deke were totally 100% fine the whole time. He was actually like the stable fucking. I mean, it sounds wild, but he was me and him were literally the stable ones in the whole entire tour.
Yeah. He doesn't drink much, and that's stability, especially for New Orleans. Yeah. Dude, but that dude, when I met that guy, probably around the same time that I first started coming up to Ventura, he called me Mikey for like 5 years, and he made out with my girlfriend twice. And like all this, I was like, what the fuck? like fuck this fuck this dirtbag.
I used to call him a joint hawk. You know what I mean? He was a fucking weed hawk, dude. Every time someone smoking weed, he'd creep up like Snoop Dogg and fucking, you know what I mean? Like on the stoop, you know, where did you come from? You know?
Dude, I speak Deke sign language, dude. This is it. It's like, take it out of your mouth and give it to me, dude.
Anyway.
Yeah,
so you
love that guy.
New Orleans, wild times, right? And then I remember hearing
I didn't want to leave. Didn't want to leave, but Josh Hayes from Milkbath, my best buddy, invited me out. He was running a nonprofit out here called Lava Mate. It was like this portable showers for homeless folks, and he was just like hired all of his friends. He was getting big grants and all this stuff. He's like, dude, $25 an hour, and I was like making $8 an hour.
Right.
Like minimum wage in New Orleans is $7.25, and like they're like, be grateful for $8. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's impossible,
dude. It was. I don't know how people are surviving over there during COVID right now. That's for sure. Yeah.
Well, unemployment. That's why no one wants to go back to work.
Yeah, dude. You know I know some bartenders. Like when COVID first started, they were getting like $50 a week in unemployment because bartenders can make like sub minimum wage since they make so much in tips or whatever, like $2 an hour. So $50 a week is what it came out to, like on paper. That's what they were getting. Government checks.
I mean, when they started kicking in the COVID shit, though, I mean, everyone was obviously like, I think that's what you're seeing now is that, excuse me, you know, you're seeing a lot of people that with the $300 extra, they're realizing that they make dog shit. And why would they go back to work? And I don't fucking blame them, dude.
I don't.
Why would you go
either.
back to work when you can sit at home and make almost the same amount of money, pretty much the same amount of money, which is just enough for, like, if you get paid just enough for what the government deems fucking normal, you're fucked. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't blame anyone for not wanting to go back to work, you know?
Anyone I know
to go back to work for slave wages anymore.
Totally.
Try to live
Anyone
on $15 an hour in Ventura and see how it goes. I mean, there's
Yeah.
just no fucking way, dude. You know?
Yeah. There was fortunately there was this like cost of living adjustment from even between living in LA and moving up here. They like gave me $5 extra.
Wow.
I was able to transfer through my company, yeah. But yeah, so dude, I think like the whole restaurant industry is totally going to change after COVID. I was seeing that with a lot of restaurants in New Orleans where like people they would pay the dishwasher the same as a bartender as the same as the sous chef, and
Wow,
they'd split
really?
tips that way. It's like this whole sort of like communist kind of approach and stuff. Like everyone had like started at $15 to $20 there, which goes a long way. And then at least all the progressive spots.
Really?
And yeah, and I think it's like not fair to have your customers pay your employees like tips, like
dude.
to pay them so meagerly and to count on them making tips or whatever. It becomes seasonal work and it becomes
I mean, especially in New Orleans, right? I mean,
yeah,
you know, I mean, it's arguable that, you know, someone that works, you know, in that Bourbon Street, right?
Bourbon Street,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, someone that works there, yeah, they might be making $1,000 a weekend, but what do they do in the rest of the year? You know what I mean? Like, they're fucking scraping by, surviving. You know what I mean? Like,
there's a lot of white flight for sure. Yeah, there's very few. Yeah, people have to like migrate based on seasons and shit.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I mean, it speaks to a whole larger thing. I mean, like I said,
Yeah,
if what
it
you
does.
think the government, like if what the government assumes is like a livable wage to help you supplement, and that's what they're paying you, and it's more than what you're making already, we got a fucking problem around here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's just no way. And I make good money, dude. Like, I make livable money. It's not a lot. I know the difference between being poor and being broke now. You know what I mean? Like, I'm broke, but I'm not poor.
I've never been poor. Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm always been broke, but now my broke is at a higher level. I can pay my bills. I can go out to dinner a couple nights a week with my family. But I'm not doing much else after that. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know, and I'm not, you know, dying, but, you know, I'm definitely not fucking saving tons of money doing what I do, you know? And I make okay money on paper, you know?
And I've heard you talk about, like, the fact that you know that you can't buy a house there in Ventura.
No, not right now. Not even fucking close. No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a bummer. I mean, you know, making what I make on paper, it's like, you can't afford anything close on a single income in this family or in this town. I mean, unless you got secondary income and the husband and wife are working, which, you know, puts strain on the family. And at a certain point, Rosie, my wife, is working just to pay daycare. You know what I mean? For the baby and the kids. You know what I mean? So it's like a huge portion of her check is going to be going to daycare. So you can almost cut her wages in half just for her to go to work. You know what I mean? It's a bummer. I mean, also, we're not starving. You know what I mean? Like, no one's, you know, we're not dying here. There's so many people in much worse positions. And I grew up like that my whole life, dude. I mean, I grew up in actual poverty. You know what I mean? For a long time.
Right. Yeah.
You know, not without love, not without, you know what I mean, someone that cared about me, but we were just fucking poor, dude.
Yeah.
And that was it. You know, there was just no way around it.
Out in a desperate place. Wait, did you live in Trona?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, when I was a little kid, we lived out there.
Yeah.
We moved to, I want to say Roseman, which isn't much better, when I was about maybe 6, 7.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then after that, about 10, I moved to Ventura. That's what got me here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that shit, I mean, you know, but you don't know shit when you're a kid. You don't know if you're poor. You know what I mean? It's like, you don't know nothing, dude. Like, you don't understand what poverty is until you really, like, until I was a kid and I realized that at 19, my credit was kind of fucking destroyed because my mom had to take out, like, utilities in our names to keep the lights on. You know what I mean? Like, that was when I realized we were fucking poor, dude. And it's nothing against my mom. She did a fucking...
Dude, Mama Tammy's...
she could, you know?
She's the baddest asses, dude.
Mama K rules, you know?
Dude, of course, yeah.
But,
well, I mean, I honestly, I would hope to move to Ventura again.
Really?
But yeah, totally. My parents live there, and
right,
I mean,
shout out to the Kelleys, by the way. Nicest humans I've ever met, dude.
Dude, my
Hands
little
down.
brother.
I don't know how you turned out like you did. I mean, they're the nicest fucking people.
Look at this
And
smile.
you really
dude,
are too. I mean, you're the nicest dude ever. But I mean, holy shit, man! Like,
just add alcohol, dude. Instant asshole.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but I really would hope to. But I'd have to set it up for myself because I mean, hopefully this is the last time I have to live on top of 5 other people, and
right.
I am dating someone. I'm in love with someone that's like, she's got her career, and I'm like, dude, I gotta meet that. And so I think in this whole weed biz, I work for like a real big distributor. We've got our own product, edibles, but we distribute like every kind of other thing. We've been around for 10 years, so it's like this massive sort of complex. I guess we're like sort of as corporate as weed gets. But I'm like, oh, dude, I gotta start working for commission. Like that's. I got to be a sales dude. If I didn't go to college. I don't have any skill set. There isn't like a track for me. So, selling weed.
Yeah, but man, like that's the fucking thing, Matt. I mean, that's what punk rock prepares us for.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
Punk rock prepares us for this.
Yeah.
For us to be able to book our own tours and fucking challenge ourselves and eat shit and still come out on top. Like, this is what punk rock is, man. You know what I mean? It took me a long time to really shift my focus enough to where I could figure out how to monetize it, man. And, you know, there ain't nothing wrong with selling weed. It's legal. It's fucking awesome. It saves lives. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you use that same energy on that shit, you're going to be fucking killing it here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm driving all over NorCal, all over the place, from Humboldt on over to Redding, out Tracy, like weird places like mountain towns that they've been open this whole time. Like there have been bars and restaurants and shit that people are like
COVID never got there and they never
exactly, dude.
You walk in with a mask, they're all, what are you doing, faggot?
Oh, dude, full yeah. Like, how did you know, dude?
How did you know? Yeah,
what the fuck?
Sure.
Oh, man.
And, well, that's cool.
I almost needed, like, I was like, fuck, do I get a MAGA hat? Just like to kind of drive my truck in and like kind of through these towns or whatever.
Yeah.
But these, so these towns been operating like this. I was talking about, I lost my train of thought.
Well, you're talking about, what you're doing now, right? You're working for commission. You're trying to figure out how you...
Well, I want to.
Yeah, you want to start working for commission and stuff like that. I mean, there's an avenue, but this is, a lot of why I wanted... Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so we were talking about sort of like what DIY ethics and sort of like how my personality has been formed by meeting sort of like situations head on. I had this therapist that told me, she's like, oh, dude, you have a really hard time setting up a 5-year plan for yourself because you're really good at like dealing with chaos. If something gets thrown your way, like you can adjust and you can like can sort of like work your way around
Pivot,
it and
move,
like and you don't act. I'm not sweating it or whatever. I'm just like, oh fuck, like another crazy like. When Deke invited me to live next to him, my dog wasn't allowed to live there, but I couldn't give up my dog and I couldn't live with strangers. And so I was like, all right. So I'm like, my landlord would come over to the house and I'm literally running with my dog in the bushes and shit, or like waiting across the bayou, like waiting for Hauser's truck to move and shit. And that was just like my normal day to day. And I'm like, this is like the rest of, for as long as I got to live here. But I think sort of like wanting to like live on the road and, shit breaking down and like it just sort of prepared me for havoc. Right.
But I mean, how do you get like, are you at a point in your life where you're ready to get out of that? Like start preparing, like, I mean, I know you're a few years younger than me, not right.
Like 2 years, I think.
Yeah, not much. I'm
gonna be 37 this year.
Yeah, there ain't. I mean, fuck, man. You had everyone had a good run, but like, there's nothing wrong with like planning your future, And that is the one downfall of like growing up how we did. Like you had pretty stable parents, Like, I
Yeah.
remember your
Yeah.
dad worked for what, Universal or something for,
Warner Records for
Warner
30
Records for
years.
many, many
Yeah.
years. And then I remember when he lost that job, and I mean,
Yeah.
everyone went into a tailspin, and but it is one of the downfalls in being involved in the lifestyle that we are, is that we're really good in the moment. We're fucking good in the moment. We know how to pivot. We know how to move. We know how to duck, dodge, whip, weave,
Yes.
all that shit. But when it comes to planning a future, it's like, well, I don't know. The world might be on fire tomorrow. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it took me a
Yeah.
long fucking time. It took me till I had kids to realize that, like, I have to plan. Like, I
Yeah.
have to just blindly believe that the future will come. And
Right.
what am I gonna, like, where am I gonna be when it is here? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
am I gonna
Yeah.
be fucking around still trying to just dodge and weave shit?
It's
Or am
exhausting,
I?
dude.
It is exhausting, dude. And
Yeah.
it's mentally exhausting. It's emotionally exhausting. And it
Exhaust the
transfers
people
into every
around
part.
you.
Yeah, and it transfers into
Yeah.
every part of your life. You know what I mean? And I'm not
Yeah.
saying that you're doing that to people at all. You know what I mean? Like,
I am.
but you do at a certain point. Like, I remember there being a major switch for me, and being
Yeah.
like, I can't live like this anymore. I can't live
Right.
in this moment, just waiting for the next thing to come so I can react to it. I have to be proactive, and I have to attack the thing I want.
Yes.
And beat it like a dead fucking horse until it's glue. You know what
Dude.
I mean? And that's what I had to do. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
wasn't something I totally wanted to do. But
But
I
you did
did find enjoyment in what I do. You know what I mean?
You did have that early on that was giving it your all. You know, I remember when I picked up tattoos and you're doing tattoo and you're like, oh, that's another thing for you to be half-assing or whatever. I was like,
What a dick.
yeah. Dude, for like 8 years, I gave like 200 tattoos, and yeah, they're all pretty half-assed or whatever. But,
Yeah, I remember you going, I'll give you one of them all. No, I'm kidding.
yeah.
I already got enough shitty tattoos. But I mean, I don't, I do that out of love. You know what I mean? I want everyone.
Of course.
I've always wanted.
You've never
everyone,
turned your back. You've never turned your back in a moment. No.
I've always wanted everyone to do better. Like,
yeah.
I really do believe in that high tides raise all ships. You know what I mean? And I want everyone to fucking do better. You know what I mean? And if I can do it, I assume everyone can, because I'm a fucking loser. You know what I mean? Deep down in my ways. You know what I mean? Like, it just like on paper. You know what I mean? It's like, barely got out of high school, no college education, had fucking kids too young, not ready, no plan for them. You know what I mean? Like, on paper, I'm a fucking loser, dude. You know what I mean? So it's like, but I do want everyone to do better. Like,
yeah,
I think everyone can be better. It takes a long goddamn time, dude. Like,
yeah.
I wouldn't have been, if I didn't have kids, I would not be even close to as driven as I am about my future. You know what I mean? That was the catalyst for me that made me realize, like, I have a lot more riding on this than just me and you splitting for fucking 3 weeks at a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
That was the only thing, because I refused to not be a shit dad,
And I knew you were gonna be a fucking
to be a shit dad. Anyway, I don't want to be a shitty dad. That's
if you've had any slack being a dad, it's because Rosie gave it to you, man.
100%.
Like, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Behind every good man, there's a disappointed wife. It's anyway. But yeah, man. I mean, that is the downfall, though. I think of the lifestyle we chose, because it is free. We're fucking free. You know what I mean? Like, we were free. Yeah. We could bounce at any moment. I was paying $180 a month in rent. You were right there. You know what I mean? Like, we could bounce for 2 months and be gone, and fucking not a damn thing changed in Ventura. You know what I mean? But it's like, it's hard to get out of that mindset, just waiting for the next thing to come, and rather than that, planning the next thing to come and how to attack it when it does. You know what I mean? It's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see you're starting to focus on that,
Oh, dude, definitely. And it's my dad, he says it, we were touching on how he worked for Warner Records for 30 years. He got into the music biz as a janitor. He was a custodial engineer. He asserted, he like made them make a plaque for the little closet that he's like, that's my office. I'm a custodial engineer, whatever. But he was in high school. and he worked his way up to head of operations, which is like the mail room and warehousing and stuff.
Right, man.
And yeah, so it was like, you know, he didn't go to college. He found himself in the right industry. It's a thing he had a passion for. And I mean, I definitely eat more weed than I ever have before.
Yeah.
I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
still losing my shit, but I see it as a vital industry. I mean, for my dad having had cancer, or he's had a second diagnosis recently.
Oh, no,
he's doing great. He's got a big he's got a second stem cell transplant this summer, but we're hopeful.
He's stem cells, huh?
His second time, yeah.
Okay.
First one was 6 years ago, and dude, he's just thrived on it.
Wow.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Is he doing it here in America?
He's doing it over in San Gabriel Valley over at City of Hope.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Dude, it's a badass hospital. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like so high tech. It's like stepping into a time machine. And like, yeah. Wow. I actually, yeah. But he's like, dude, your industry, like who you work for, they're like the Warner Brothers of the 70s. Like you've got like that Warner job. Like everybody like uses weed.
Yeah, I mean, it is not going to go away. You know what I mean? It's not going to go away at all.
Dude, it's bustled during all of this.
You have to figure out how to find your passion for it. I mean, first of all, to be involved in weed is not, I mean, it's something you could do and live with and be happy with for a very long time. You know, it's not like fucking data entry at some piece of shit Amgen. You know what I mean? This is not the same thing. What you're dealing with helps people. It's combating big pharma. It's fucking gonna replace opiates. It's gonna fucking, you know what I mean? There's a lot of things it's gonna do in the next 20 years. And for you to be on the ground floor of that is incredible. You know, take it serious. Take it fucking super serious. You know what I mean? And your old man is a true representation of what the American dream could have been. You know what I mean? Like, I think our generation was the first generation where that American dream is, you know, this whole pull yourself up by your bootstraps bullshit is gone. You know,
working hard is not enough.
It's not going to be enough. You know what I mean? But there are these industries now, like marijuana, fucking, you know, the trades are coming back. What I do, that shit's booming. You know what I mean?
Dude, like, COVID's been a true test of that, man. Definitely. It's like what survived, what thrived during all of that.
Right. And it is a good marker, you know, because a lot of people are rejecting college. They're rejecting basic education, and they're going to go when they realize they can go for fucking 3 years and train and do what I do and make $80,000 to $100,000 a year out of fucking high school.
Right.
Every one of them is saying fuck this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I think you're seeing this big paradigm shift, but for you to be involved in that, dude, like I'm stoked. You know, I'm stoked.
Yeah. I'm surprised my parents still haven't thanked me for not going to college and putting them in debt.
Yeah. Well,
they haven't.
It's not. You should thank them for being willing to pay for it.
Dude, my mom still asks me. She's like, "You think you're gonna get your AA?"
I got my A. Yeah.
A.
Oh man. Yeah. I'm gonna get my fucking JA. You know what I mean? My J.
Associate and jointed.
Joint association party. Yeah, man. I mean, that's cool, dude. I mean, it's so hard to switch to that point where you're actively looking for your future rather than just taking.
Yeah.
Coming at you, man.
But then music always finds its way back in your life, you know?
Well, and that's what you figure out is that I enjoy playing music more now than I ever did.
Yeah.
I really do. Like being in Tom, being in Dad Brains, I'm able to really fucking enjoy it. Because I have a career and I have a money path and I have a thing that makes me the money. I'm not banking anymore on the quote unquote making it part. Being on a fucking good label. I never in my life enjoyed playing music more than I do now.
Yeah.
You know, and I had to take a good step away from it and I had to fucking reprioritize and I had to do these things. You know what I mean? Like,
there's so many distractions of being young, dude.
Right.
So many distractions. Yeah.
And you just, you know, you spend your years just doing the thing because it is the thing that you need to do. You know what I mean? And at a certain point, like, you know, I realized that like, it can be two separate things. Like my money and my career can be different than what my passion is.
Yeah.
And I never thought in 1,000 years I was going to be happy doing something that I do that wasn't my passion.
Right.
And I was totally wrong. I'm totally fucking wrong, dude. You know what I mean? Like, absolutely. I tell my kids, follow your passion. If you're lucky enough to be able to make money in your passion, great. Fucking great.
Yeah.
But if not, find something that you love and can tolerate and can do that makes you money. And then also continue your passion for fun. And what I've realized is that music for me now, this podcast, this is passion. And it's pure passion.
You could tell,
I don't give a shit about monetary value. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, I want to write music because it's what comes out of me, and I want to write music. I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not worrying that, oh my God, Southern Lord finds us, or we're the next fucking Torch, or what, you know what I mean? Like, none of those are in my concern. I don't even want to put out a record, dude.
Yeah.
I want to put out a couple songs a year. You know what I mean? Like, my whole priorities have shifted, and I love it more now than I ever did because there's no baggage. There's no more baggage.
You've owned your production rate, and like that's just like how it's worked for you and stuff, in writing songs. And
man.
Yeah.
But it can be two things, and it doesn't have to be one or the other. You know what I mean? Like, you just end up having to figure out how to shift your focus into the thing that makes you money.
Yeah.
You can live with. You know what
I mean? Watch you accidentally end up like getting invited to tour with Torch or some crazy shit. Like,
whatever,
just,
you know, and cool. Let's take that if it comes. But if it don't, fuck it. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I'm still really enjoying just writing music and playing music.
I hear some freedom in your voice on that Tongue album, man. Like, that's like, that'd been cool if you sang like that in Ux.
I don't think I was capable of it,
dude. You're right.
You're
kind of coming into it in the rap and stuff. It seemed like
Tongue is definitely the like freest, most brave I've been with vocals and trying to find my own voice. I've been playing fucking metal for 25 years, dude, and I'm just now figuring out who I am and what I can do.
Rob, crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah.
What Rob the fuck?
He's an incredible drummer, dude.
You've been playing Nick Manassian for how long?
At least 15, almost 20 years now.
You know? Holy shit.
Yeah, it's great,
everyone's favorite bass player. Yeah.
So I want to hear about Milkbath, dude. What's going on with that? How'd you what's going on with Milkbath? Which is one of my favorite bands in Oakland, by the way.
Dude, totally. I would have offered to like put that album that they did out on Challenge the Throne, but I was like, you can do it. I don't have money for that. But I loved the record right away and shit. There's some like Western style interludes, and just like I've always been a fan of Josh's, but we've never really played music together for all the time being best friends and playing in bands that played together. But Eric moved out of this house when Josh moved in here on 16th Street, where Josh used to live anyways, and Brian from Milkbath lives here. And so we're all here, and Eric's got priorities and stuff of his own, and the band was sort of put on hiatus. Our practice spot's 2 blocks away. Nice. And so, I was like, I mean, it's probably Josh that initiated like jamming together, but it's the fastest fucking shit. I like am barely hanging on.
Are you?
Dude, and it's just Ginsu knife chopping the whole fucking time. That's all Josh wants, as long as I like stay on time with that. And I used to get in trouble with Child all the time for like playing too fast. And I'd get so fucking pissed. Like 3 out of 10 times I was the right tempo in that band. But now it's like 9 out of 10. And like, that's just what it is. But I'm out of fucking shape, dude.
Yeah,
I'm huffing. Dude, I'm like training outside of playing music to like be in this band.
Nice, dude. That's awesome.
But we've written 3 songs already, and it's just been, I mean, there aren't any shows on the horizon. But things are going to happen real soon.
Up yet at all, or is everything totally on lockdown still? I mean, are they? You see the restrictions starting to come up, or are you hearing about shows? Like, what's going on?
I've been hearing about. There's been like all kinds of like shows this whole time, like weird driveway shows, or someone playing in a parking lot, and you had to be 40 feet away or some shit. But I don't know of any. I haven't seen any lineups for any shows, but like I know it's just going to happen.
Legit venues or anything yet.
Not yet. A lot of things have closed in this time, man. The Starline and Stork Club, and like, I mean, Eli's. They're like, they've got that whole protocol like super You guys ever play Eli's Mile
Yeah,
High?
we did, but I don't know what it is. I mean, Eli, how could they have a protocol?
Oh man,
that
that's the
place
one,
is so gnarly, dude.
Dude, it's the
They're
one
concerned
bar.
about COVID. Have you been in the
Major.
bathroom?
I
I'm
know.
pretty sure the bathroom is the spawn of COVID. It wasn't China. It was Eli's Mile High Club.
It's the portal to hell, dude. I'm waiting for a hand to come out and grab my fucking dick and take it with it.
Yeah,
dude.
I won't even pee in there, dude.
All the lost souls. Oh my god.
I told you about the story about me taking a shit in the park. Was that on the same tour that we were on?
No,
It wasn't?
that was an entirely different one. But I know that one.
Oh.
Wait, so that was, that was. It's
terrible, dude. I never in my life have not.
You had a knife.
I had a knife and a flashlight in my mouth and a pack of baby wipes, and I'm taking a shit against a giant pillar under that bridge that's across the park.
Yeah.
And this fucking homeless guy, I don't realize I'm like 20 feet from this homeless dude sleeping there.
Yeah.
It's a tour shit, dude. I mean, it's a fucking tour shit. And he looks up and he's like, "What the fuck?" And I'm all, "Fuck you, motherfucker." I booed him out of his own home. You know what I mean? With my shit, dude.
Time to relocate, dude. Oh man.
So bad. Like,
dude.
I wouldn't even pee in there, let alone take a shit in that bathroom. Pretty sure that's where the bat came from.
Yeah.
Corona. There's no way.
Dude, there's someone out here pooping on all the skate spots, man.
Yeah, it's homeless guys. Apparently, fucking San Francisco lets people poop on the streets. And
dude, it's like someone that's held their shit for 4 days or something. It's like arterial spray. It's gnarly.
Are you still skating?
Dude, I'm like 36 and learning heel flips. It's fucked up. I'm like, I can only skate flat ground. It's time to do some of this flat ground shit. Dude, there's like some cool skate parks over here. I wanted to hit up David and stuff.
He's skating every day, that motherfucker.
Yeah. He and I were never tight or anything, but just like.
Hey, we were never tight, and I was in a band with him. You know what I mean? I like the kid a lot. He's so young. You know what I mean? And he's got his own little thing, but fucking incredible skater. God. And obviously he's an incredible guitar player.
Crazy guitar player. Yeah, he's already started a band out here.
Kid. Oh, he did?
Yeah, I think maybe. Yeah. You have a second guitar player now?
Yeah.
In Tongue? Yeah. Who's that?
A guy named Bill Benson. He was the original dude I asked. Older dude. He was in that band Brilliant Machine. I don't know if you remember them. Older guy.
Yeah, totally.
Old narco dude. Great dude. Real talented. Big asset. Writes riffs.
Yeah.
Whole deal.
Yeah.
I'm stoked on it, man.
You like some heavy shit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. He understands all the tuning and all the weird shit. But
dude, I wanted to talk to you like 5 most underrated bands, heavy bands.
5 most underrated?
Yeah. I want to do like a band for band.
Okay.
You could start first.
Well, you got one on deck?
I've got the advantage because I've been thinking about it for since you asked me to do this thing.
Underrated.
Underrated. Gaza was insane.
Yes.
Dude, crazy heavy satanic, like long album titles, song titles, but just like assault. So good. You showed me that band.
God damn, underrated. That's the problem.
Underrated. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Honestly, I'm gonna go as far as heavy, like Glass and Ashes is heavier than fuck, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, they were heavy.
Definitely.
Dude. The tunings were wild, fucking heavy ass music.
Dude. Yeah.
I want to go there. I want to go.
I remember when you showed me that CD with like the monkeys on it, their demo right after Kenji. It was like in a screen printed on a little paper on like a cardboard thing. And I was like, fuck, this is crazy. And I was telling my friends back in the Valley and stuff, that band Mika Mika, I was like, dude, this band Glass and Ashes. And they're like, that shit sounds like Glass and Ashes sounds like an emo band or some shit. Yeah. I guess they were some like heavier.
Yeah, I mean some of those later songs were so goddamn heavy, dude.
Yeah, dude. The albums definitely got better and better.
There's a band. Let's see who is surprisingly heavy. I don't know, man. I have to think about it. You got another one?
Dude, do you remember? I think Matt showed me this, but that Christian band Warlord, that Steve Austin.
Oh yeah, I love that band, dude.
Dude, Rock the Faux Hammer, that album.
That's a great album, dude.
Fuck, dude.
Yep.
I wasn't able to find them forever and ever. And there's like some 80s band they're doing all the reissues. I don't know who's doing. So like I was like looking on YouTube for Warlord, and they're only showing this older band, but they're on like Spotify. I don't have Spotify, but it's like here at the house. And I found Rock the Faux Hammer.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was just like, oh, did you?
Yeah, back in the day,
three-piece, right?
3-piece band, very heavy. I mean,
Tooth and Nail or something.
They like on Tooth and Nail. Same guy, like same label as that band Zayo, and you know what I mean, like Training for Utopia. All those bands I used to listen to back in the day. They were on the same label, dude. And they were fucking heavy. That band was heavy, dude.
Dude, Steve Austin recorded that shit, and that dude does not like Jesus.
No.
Yeah.
But he did record it, and it sounds like it does sound like Today Is the Day, but just the heavy parts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
And
totally.
the Melvin's like a Melvin's kind of twist.
Yeah.
A little bit of Caius, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great band.
Big sound for three dudes. And the album sounded like that in real life, huh?
Yeah, totally, dude.
Yeah.
They fucking nailed it, dude. They're all a bunch of fucking bearded hicks. There was another band that is my tattoos, this band called World Against World.
Oh, shit.
An old Christian band that, I
don't remember that.
They were like a cross between Rudimentary Peni and like fucking Dystopia, and it was heavy back in the day. I mean,
where were they from? World Against World?
They're from Georgia. Bunch of fucking hicks from Georgia, dude. I mean, Savannah, and they were, I saw them a couple times, and they were one of the bands that really, they were like the band that honestly got me to really start wanting to play music. I was surprised at like how dialed in they were, you know what I mean? And the songs were really vague. They weren't like, you know what I mean? They were really weird. And they were all gnarly bearded motherfuckers, you know what I mean? That band World Against World is fucking, I mean, they're still tip top for me. One of those, you know what I mean? Like,
oh shit, I'm gonna check that.
Yeah. I mean, it's, it is Christian music, but it still was good, dude. It was weird.
Yeah.
And then Training for Utopia is another one that I still love to this day. I mean, it was, the Christian.
Deke remembers you had the belt.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
which actually.
Oh. You saw that?
No, I was thinking about something else, but that was another band that fucking, ended up being like surprisingly goddamn heavy. You know what I mean? For back then,
Yeah.
But underrated, obviously, just because of the religious thing alone.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what I can appreciate everything. I loved fucking Satyricon as much as I loved fucking Training for Utopia. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't go the other way. You know what I mean? Most of the time, it's like, the secular world, the fucking real metal world here is, they're a Christian band, and they immediately write it off, which doesn't really matter. There's another band called Living Sacrifice that fucking, was an exact fucking replica of like Pantera, but pretty goddamn incredible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, really good. Back then, that was like, it was weird. Like that weird line of like Christian bands, secular bands was like so blurry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It doesn't seem like there's like Christian specific bands anymore.
I don't know.
It'd be pretty punk to be Christian these days.
I get. That's what we thought back then. Then I got some pussy, and I was like, "Oh, this doesn't make any sense."
I asked Brooke Dalton once. I was like, "Dude, why are like none of our friends Christian?" Shout out to Trevor, dude. #1 Jesus freak in the world. Love that dude, Trevor Bell out there. But
is he a Jesus freak?
Yeah, man.
I didn't know that. He's so
love it, dude. Thumbs up.
He was the original guitar player for my first band, Antithesis.
Yeah.
We started Antithesis together.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Dude, so I asked Brooke, and he's like, because all our friends are smarter than that.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not a believer. Obviously, I had my battle with religion many, many years ago, and it just fucking, you grow up and you realize, like, to hang all your cards in one basket is fucking ridiculous. And the true representation of what Christianity should be is so far gone. You know what I mean? Like, you meet a few people that really represent what maybe Jesus was talking about, but the majority of them are fucking full of shit. You know
there was this hot rumor when I moved here that I was a Christian. It was like I got approached a couple times. It was really funny, dude. In New Orleans, a couple people thought I was trans. That happened twice, dude.
like, like transitioning, like you were in the middle of it, or you had
No, like that I was like male to female.
fully
That was
formed?
female to male. Yeah, that I'm like I'm my ideal.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting choice if that's what you chose.
I'll tell you, these are two quick ones or whatever. So I was dating this person, and I fucking show up. It's Halloween.
Wait, it wasn't
whatever.
your girlfriend that thought you were trans, was it?
No, but these people that like, oh man, this shit was too funny. So I was visiting hers before I moved out there, and it was Halloween. I had just gotten off the plane, and I get off the plane in like a Raiders jersey and some like fucking brown Wranglers or whatever, and like these two women, my ex-girlfriend's friends, are like, "Oh, cool cholo costume." And I was like, "I'm not a cholo for Halloween, thanks, no." And then this woman, her name is Emily, I guess, yeah, and she says to Lizzie, she's all like, "Oh, that's really cool." And Lizzie's like, what's really cool? She's like, that you're dating someone that's like full trans. Like, full trans, what do you mean? Like she thought because my voice and like my softness or something or whatever.
Such a kind man.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, and then that ended up coming up later. Deke and I worked with this dude Lance, who transitioned into being a man, and this dude took like a major liking to me. Like, we were friends and stuff, but he was like trying to hang out all kinds after work. And you know, nothing against anything, but I guess I'm like too old to make friends or something. I don't know. So like,
yeah,
we just like never hung out.
Like, how much are we gonna spend together, dude?
Yeah, totally. And the dude ends up being a creep anyways. He gets fired for like groping our bartender. And he's like, Sky Lance is all talking shit about our work. Oh, they had it out for me because they knew I was trans and all this. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry you feel that way. And then Deke's like, dude, do you think he thinks you're trans? I'm like, no. And
why would that happen?
We were with our friend Jazzy, who's this like big time queen. Like, she runs this drag queen wrestling thing called Chokehold. And it's this huge thing in New Orleans. Okay. It's kind of like growing all over the country, actually. And like, we asked Jazzy, like, does Matt appear to be trans? And Jazzy's like, Matt is too nice to be straight. Like, yeah, definitely. Yeah. It was like, we threw out the whole scenario, and funny. So got that confirmed or whatever. And I was like, well, that's New Orleans, then that's mine.
I mean, at least you're built for the future, dude. Because
here I am, dude.
You know what I mean? You're like a straight Freddie Mercury right now, dude.
I might be able to squeak on by.
Hey man, you never know. You're fucking good. In the great gender wars of 2021, you're fucking way ahead, bro. You know
dude, who knows what it's gonna be, man.
God damn it, man.
If I was to be a Nostradamus right now and predict the future, it's like, I think that like ageism is totally gonna be acceptable. Like when like the world like is burning up and like there's 20 uninhabitable days a year in 2050 or whatever they say, like our kids are going to be like, you guys used to drink water out of plastic bottles? Execution, dude. You're fucking holy fuck. You're why this is why it is what it is. Here. Yeah, no one over 60, dude. Like, fucking dead. You step into the hole.
COVID really fucking put a number on some old people. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, I know, dude.
Motherfucker, man.
And this is pandemic light, dude. Anything after is gonna be crazier. Yeah, for sure. I believe that.
I hope so, man. I've been saying it, but I think this fucking next year is gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be Pauly Shore 95 spring break summer, dude. People are wild. It's gonna be, I mean, I've already seen some footage of shows in LA. Oh my god!
I think I saw some of that same footage.
Some motherfuckers are getting pregnant this year, dude. That's
festival pregnant.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild, man. All right, so I got two things I want to ask you about.
Yes.
Well, one I want to ask you about, and I want to just talk about it. The other one I want to thank you for. The first one is, we did a fucking Native American sweat with your who I love to death, and it was one of the coolest. It still is in my mind one of the coolest things. It's why I love saunas. It's why I love this shit.
Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was me, you, Dr. Nick, the Tweakbird brothers, your old man, and am I missing
my
one?
brother
And your brother?
two of my cousins. One cousin's my age and one is my brother's age. Yeah.
And so what we did is your old man has always been in. I remember coming to your house and then realizing that your old man has a straight up teepee in the backyard. Right?
I lived in an 8 months in the backyard.
Right,
Yeah,
like an actual teepee. And is there Native American blood, or is it just full cultural appropriation?
I fucked him up by getting him a Nat Geo Pablo group thing.
No.
Dude.
None. Zero.
None. He thought he's like, dude, like my grandpa told me I'm like an 8th Chippewa.
Yeah, totally.
And now he's like, my fucking drunk grandpa fucked. And then my mom, my mom's Mexican. She's half Yaqui, which is like a tribe in Sonora, the northernmost state of Mexico, and some parts of Arizona, but we're not federally recognized in the U.S. And my mom's like, through osmosis, Bill, you're brown by absorption.
Right. Yeah.
But I mean,
also your old man
he travels the red road.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing there's a teepee in your guys' yard, like a legit one, right?
Yeah.
And then we get invited to do this fucking sweat, like a sweat lodge, right?
Yeah. And
I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? I know it's going to be hot, apparently. You know what I mean? And we get there, dude, and I don't know, honestly, man, it was one of the defining moments of my life. And I still think about it. I think about it probably monthly, dude. Like, because I remember your old man telling us, from the guy that did it. Do you remember the guy's name that did it?
Andrew. Yeah.
Up in Ojai. We show up and we're told, do not fucking use drugs. Like 24 hours before.
Like
do not
no
get
drinking.
Hammered,
Yeah.
No drinking. You don't want to be sweating that shit out of your body. You know what I mean? Like, get yourself fucking on a water regimen. And I took it pretty serious, dude. Like, for a guy that smoked many blunts a day, I took it real serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to disrespect the Native Americans. I don't need that on my soul. You know what
right.
I mean?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So
they will
we do this
fucking
Native, we get there. Andrew's very nice. You know what I mean? Like,
he's like, I've never seen so much ink.
Right,
we
all have tattoos, we're punks, you know what I mean? Andrew, he's stoked on us. So we go in, and this whole ceremony is about 2 hours long, right?
Yeah, they don't, we're not told how long it's going to be beforehand. No, yeah.
We don't know. I thought 30 minutes, you know what I mean? But as we get in, what happens, for any of you who have never experienced this, and good if you have, I mean, what a cool opportunity. You all sit in a circle in a pit, essentially, in this guy's yard. He's got this tiny little teepee. It's like a round dome. You have to actually crawl into it. He's got rocks in a pit that are just fucking burning all day, right? So he brings these rocks in. You close the thing. You fucking do a steam. He gets you. And basically how it goes, as far as I remember, is that it goes for a longer period of time. And then he opens the door, gives you a little air. And then he brings more rocks in. So, and then it goes, it started for like 30 minutes. And then it was like 20 minutes. And then
it gets hotter.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it gets hotter and hotter as we go. You know what I mean? And the whole time we're praying, we're doing chants.
Singing songs,
Singing songs. We got drums, the whole deal, man. And it was like, when I got out of that thing, which I 100% went into like a psychedelic state, for sure. You know what I mean? Like, because I remember staring at these rocks and just realizing that, like, we're such a small blip in this universe. I really felt connected. Like, I'm in a whole nother fucking world. Because not only do I want to run out, I want to, like, Hulk out and lift the whole entire teepee up. You know what I mean? Just to get the fuck out of there. But, like, the actual act of, like, staying with it and not getting out of the moment. And all these things. And it got so intense, like, that last, like, 10-minute round. Because it had to have been upwards of 200 degrees at that point. We're all holding hands, we're touching. But we get out, man, and I have never felt that to this day in my entire life. Like, I don't know if you remember, but I remember being able to smell the grass.
Yeah.
And I remember smelling the difference from the grass to the dirt. And I remember smelling the air and what that fucking smelled like. Like, it opened my whole entire mind to this, like, whole world of senses that I had never.
Dude, it's not just 5.
No, man. Like,
No.
I had never experienced that type of thing. Not only that, you're having basically a psychedelic trip. You know, you're fucking really confronting your own demons. You know what I mean? All this shit. And, you know, it's designed for what it's designed for. I mean,
Right.
Andrew was
Exactly.
explaining to us that this is just a purification process to go hunting most of the time.
Yeah. Totally.
This is to get all the sense out of your body so you can go kill animals. I was like, well, that's fucking cool. I'm on board with that. But I do remember it being like one of the coolest defining moments, especially with like the Tweakbird guys. You know what I mean? Dr. Nick, your brother, you know, all that shit. As being like one of the coolest fucking things and the coolest experiences I've ever had in my entire life. And something that I don't know if I'll ever get again. You know what I mean? Like, and so I'm so stoked that I got to experience that with you. You know what I mean? Along with all the touring, and music, and all that shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that was one of the last things we did before I left Ventura. That was like, you know, the men's group. My dad was like a regular practitioner. He's still part of this men's group. Andrew's not in Ojai anymore, so my dad doesn't get to see him, but he goes out to the valley, and it's a different tribe of men. These guys are Tatavium, and it's cool. Like, it's still very much part of what my dad does, but there was a crazy thing that happened to me in that sweat, and it was almost like a premonition. I treat it like that last run that we had. Definitely like hitting 200 degrees. And you know, the sensory deprivation, you can't see the hand, you only see the grandfather stones.
You're in
glowing.
Complete darkness, by the way.
Can't see the hand in front of you.
You can't see any. All you can see is the bright embers from the rock. Like, that's fucking it, dude. Right?
Yeah. Dude, so I didn't know if my eyes were open or if they were closed half the time.
I couldn't tell. I literally couldn't tell where I was. As far as I was concerned, I was in outer fucking space.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm sitting next to my cousin Aaron, and he's hyperventilating at the end. And you have to ask for permission to leave. And he asked Andrew, he's like, can I leave? And Andrew's like, I need you to stay here. And I had my eyes closed, and I see prison bars. I see like I feel like someone's in a cage, and they feel like a rat in a cage, like a wild animal in a cage, and like some virility, and there's just like something wrong happening. And then that's what, like, we were all let out after. My cousin Aaron got arrested 2 months later for robbing a 7-Eleven on Oxycontin, totally blacked out.
Really?
At night, held the cashier at knife point, woke up in jail, and they were like, dude, you tried to rob a 7-Eleven. He's like, what? And they showed him the footage. He didn't believe them until he saw it. And he had, it's been a continuous run ever since then with running with the law, and it's the saddest thing ever. But I was like, holy fuck. I mean, I didn't really talk to my dad about that. I didn't want to like say, oh, I saw it happening, because I didn't think it meant anything. But it's just me sort of like putting it together, like, holy fuck, he was like having this horrible time. I had this crazy image. Yeah, it was wild. I went in one more time, and I drank the night before, and I got burnt, like literally burnt on my fucking leg. Like,
oh, really? Wow.
Singed some leg hairs and shit. I'm like, it was a men and women's and children's group.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was the only one to get out.
Wow.
I
took it pretty serious, dude. Like, and it was a big defining moment for me, because I wasn't a big mushroom guy. I wasn't a big, psychedelics dude. I ended up loving mushrooms after that. You know what I mean? But like, that was one of the only times in my life that like there was like, first of all, I was sober for one of the first times in 10 years plus. You know what I mean? On top of being like, I had these things, like, I realized, like, I remember at one point, like, during the prayers, like, the only thing I wanted was, I remember asking for this, like, to make me stronger so I could carry more people. You know what I mean? And, like, that's not my thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Broader shoulders.
Right,
really?
Yeah, it was like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it is, you know what I mean? But, like, and it was a premonition in my life, because I did end up having kids and being, this family man that I really never expected to be. You know what I mean? Like, and it did, in a million ways, it made me stronger. Because in really tough times, I think back to those moments where all I wanted to do was run out of that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was like, I mean, the intensity was so, and I'm a huge fan of saunas now and all this shit. I go into them all 30 fucking minutes.
And that reminds you of that experience a
Oh,
bit?
100%.
Does it?
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, but it's never been even close to that intense. You know what I
But
mean?
you get that dryness through your lungs and stuff.
Oh,
when you
it
breathe.
feels so good. Like,
it's cleansing.
Yeah, it's cleansing. You know what I mean? Like, and inflammation and all that shit. But I remember coming out and just being able to smell the grass and the air and the dirt and the fucking. Then the food we had a big feast after, and just like just shit tasting so incredible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I did want to thank you for that. You know.
Of course, dude. Yeah. Thanks, Papa Willie, dude.
And I'm gonna hit your old man up, dude. I want to go. I'm ready for Papa's ready for another one, dude. I mean,
dude, he's trying to set something up. I hope he gets to do it just as soon as he makes it through his treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, man, you know, I'm gonna say it. You know, I told you to go fuck yourself 100 times when you told me you want to put out the Wrath record, and I just remember being like, "There's no way, you're an animal." You know what I mean? Like, why would that happen?
Yeah.
But you know, fucking, 15 plus years later, you know what I mean? And when we talked about you living on $28 a day, you were doing that to put out the Wrath record, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It's cool. I mean, Challenge the Throne. You put out some cool fucking shit. I mean, it started with the Wrath, Battle Torn, Tweak Bird shit. What else did you
have? Dude, I don't know if you heard Syphilitic Lust, though. The 7-inch. Dude, it's the bass player. It's the bass player from Harvey Milk. And
oh, really?
The drummer from Battle Torn.
Okay.
And
your camera just turned off, man. There you go. Yeah.
Wah bam. The backside.
Nice, dude.
Backside. He's William, the dude that
is that art you?
No, actually, William the drummer. He does. He
definitely looks like your art.
He does all the midnight artwork.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, he does all the artwork for all the the painting covers and stuff.
Yeah.
So there's a couple things on the horizon.
Nice, man.
Yeah, I want to do our first comp. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen those. This is Josh's idea, but there's the old Bloodstains Across America, like the cowpunk, like the underground never heard before. We want to do shit stains across America. And it's gonna be a cross-continental endeavor. So
count tongue in. We'll be fun.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, for
Fuck
sure.
yeah.
That's awesome, man. But it's just so funny because like never in a million years when you told me, first of all, we're in a band together, Oxus Thunderbird, and we're not putting out our own record.
Right.
You tell me that you want to put out my other band's record, and I'm like, why would you do that?
Fucking good. Man, right away. You guys recorded it was around like 666.
666,
yeah. Dude, even before it was mixed, like it coming around. And I mean, you guys had played bunch of shows, and you guys were already tight as fuck as a 3-piece, like straight out the gates.
Yeah.
And like hearing the songs recorded, I'm like, I know that song from the show. Like, these are hits. These are fucking punk rock classics, dude. And it took a whole fucking year to finally convince you, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And, I was wrong. I was dead wrong. You've been killing it, with the releases, as sporadic as they are. The ads were always killer, you know what I mean? And I'm just so stoked that, like...
It was cool, and
that speaks to that punk rock shit, dude. Like...
Yeah.
Start something, see it through. And I remember you living on $20 a week just to pay for the pressing, and I offered zero help to you.
Dude,
and we lived in the same house. You know what I mean? Like, I was about to have a kid, all these things, but like, you know what I mean? It was so ridiculous. You know what I mean?
It was like $2,013 that first record. And I had never owned a car that cost that much. I had but it was just all,
man.
Dude, how to fucking do it. And I think any copies that are left, it might be 12 or so, or like in the fucking attic at Hastings or something, possibly.
I have a bunch.
You have a bunch? Dude, oh shit.
We got some from or I have a handful of I have a bunch of CDs, and I have like maybe 15 or 20 LPs left.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
dude,
I mean,
I was like,
if you want them, let me know.
Yeah, of course, definitely. Actually, that's part of like being in a band again. It's like, all right, get the fucking distro, the Challenge the Throne catalog and stuff.
Yeah, man, it's cool. Yeah. And with DistroKid and all that stuff, man, like, have you messed with that?
No,
Oh, you haven't
no,
messed with Distro Kid?
no.
Oh,
I've
dude.
seen that name, but I don't know.
Well, let's talk after the podcast.
Cool.
And check it out.
Yeah.
But I'll show you what's up because you can do all that.
You
shit
use it?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fucking, it's killer, dude. You can get it
Yeah.
on all the things for one fucking cheap price. All
Yeah.
the fucking digital outlets you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a good deal, but we'll talk about it. But
Yeah.
so tell us, please, before we go.
Yeah.
I know you sent me some, and I'm gonna if you don't mind, I'm gonna put one of the songs on the end of this podcast.
Yeah. Please.
Tell us what bands you're in, what you're doing. Give us your Instagram handle, where we can follow you, all that stuff.
Yeah. Before COVID, like moving to Oakland, I wasn't in anything, but
Right.
I had these songs recorded. I've had a one-man band forever called Dave's Buddy Matthews Band. And
Which is so you.
I've had people record these things and like they're just out there or whatever. My goal is, dude, I want to record these and like assemble a band out of my friends' kids. Whether I'm in the band or not, like I want to be like I want to be the old dude with a bunch of young kids, possibly.
Which the track is nasty, dude. I like it. I like it a lot.
Is that the one you're gonna post?
I don't know. Whatever one you want me to.
Okay, cool. Whatever
let me know
whatever one you like the best.
Yeah.
So I was recording with Brian, who's a Milkbath over here, and we started a band during COVID, Stress Test, before I was in Milkbath even, and that's a 2-piece electronic deal. We've done a house party, and it feels fucking good. It's a whole bunch of different kinds of shit. Ministry meets Devo meets fucking The Faint. Yeah, you think so? All right. I'll get sassy.
Yeah,
I got some
why not?
bell bottoms in here somewhere.
There you go.
Yeah, dude, I could get super sassy.
Get your side part going, dude.
I'm definitely down to wear wigs.
Yeah.
And then Milkbath, we're gonna do another record. And I think Josh has been showing some blips on the Instagram. So Instagram's helpful that way to keep us motivated to make more and more blips.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, like I said, I'll post whatever one you want at the end of this. We'll fucking as an audio track, you know. But let's talk.
Oh, but actually, the next Challenge the Throne release, my brother and I, we have a 2-piece band called Canary Ward, and we recorded that. It's 4 songs. One's a rudimentary P&I cover. It's fucking weird.
Really?
It's hectic. It's good.
You need to tell your brother. You need to tell your brother I need that flavor tea. And I'm like, I need that sun out back. I need that back, dude.
Dude, he just got that thing like all modded and like cleaned up and shit.
That's the biggest mistake I've ever made in my life is selling that amp to your
Oh fuck, dude.
Nick. That piece of shit. Dr. Nick, you piece of shit. You fucking sold it out from under me to his fucking brother, mother.
Man, makes good use of that thing.
I'm sure he does. Yeah, Nick is a talented son of a bitch.
He's in a band called Drag, 2 A's, and it sucks being in a band that's not as good as my brother's band. It sucks. Yeah.
Well, the Kelley brothers are no joke, dude. You know what I mean?
Shit, dude. Well, you'll get to hear Canary Ward. It's fun. Yeah.
All right, man.
Thank you, man.
Love you,
Had a good time. Love you too,
dude. Don't get off. We're gonna talk.
All right, dude. Super fun.